Yeah, hello and how are you? Hey friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Ginger Briscoe, coming to you from right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, you know what? Today's Thursday, October the 21st, 2021. Got a happy birthday shout out going out to Amy Demery, and Sylvia Agyei Sylvia Agyei Shen. Yes, indeed. Anyway, so without further ado, here's a birthday song for the two of you. Hey Sylvia, hey Amy, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Why, that's another year gone away. I'm hoping you're enjoying your special day because, well, it's your happy birthday a day today. I said, hey Sylvia, hey Amy, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Why, that's another trip around the sun that you made. I hope you're enjoying your special day because, oh, well, it's your happy birthday today. Yeah, your happy birthday day today. Happy birthday, girls, and many, many, many more. Sylvia, are you still looking for a husband? Because I am available. I am. Anyway, that being said, got some Shen Show shout-outs going out to Ginger Mullins, Kelly Barton, Martin Kelly, a.k.a. Smiley, and Jamie O'Driscoll, and Gary-Joan Abbott, and Mary Ann Williams Briscoe, also known as Mommy, and Gary as Gary, and my Pokey Pal Amanda S, a little. So, there we have it. Those are the Shen Show shout-outs for the day. Looks like a weather forecast coming up for you. Coming out by Refreshing Word Fellowship Church, located at 2054 Campus Drive, St. Charles, Missouri, 63301. Pastored by ordained pastor John Schumer. So come on out to Refreshing Word Fellowship Church, a non-denominational Christian church located right there on Campus Drive. Yes, sir, Bob. We've got our Sunday services at 11 a.m. on Sunday mornings and our hour of power prayer on Thursdays from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. Okay, here we go. Here's that forecast for you. It was warm today. Well, not too warm. It was okay. It was brisk and breezy. Let's put it that way. And that made it cold. But other than that, it was nice. Mostly cloudy sky. If you could stay out of the wind and in a corner and where the sun was shining, you could tolerate the temperature. At least I could. Anyway, mostly cloudy skies overnight with low temperatures around 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be north to northwest, or just straight northwest, at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for tomorrow, Friday, October the 22nd, partly cloudy skies, highs with temperatures of 64 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be west to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then partly cloudy skies overnight with 47 degrees Fahrenheit temperatures. Winds light and variable east to northeast at 4 miles per hour. And then for Saturday, October the 23rd, cloudy with a stray shower or thunderstorm quite possible. And we got high temperatures around 64 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be east to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then thunderstorms low with near 55 degrees Fahrenheit overnight. Winds east to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 80%. And then for Sunday, October the 24th, scattered thunderstorms in the morning. Coming more widespread in the afternoon. Potential for a heavy rainfall. High temperatures of 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chances of rain 70%, so that's a large percentage, folks. You're liable to get some. Thunderstorms during the evenings, followed by occasional showers overnight. Low temperatures around 54 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chances of rain 90%. And then for Monday, October October the 25th. Cloudy skies, a stray shower or thunderstorm quite possible. High temperatures around 63 degrees Fahrenheit, winds west to northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Considerable cloudiness with low temperatures of 49 degrees Fahrenheit, winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for our final day of our 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area, Tuesday, October the 26th. Partly cloudy skies early and a few showers developing later on at night. High temperatures around 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain 30%. Scattered thunderstorms with overnight with low temperatures around 56 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be south to southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain 60%. So we're going to be getting that rain, folks, and have you a bad roof? Well, if you need some roof repairs, then the place to go is the one call for it all. The official roofer. That would be Jessica Nicole, the official roofer. From bids to insurance claims, roof repairs, siding, gutters, downspouts, she is your one call for it all. 636-358-3960. Alrighty then, looks like we've got some events coming up, and who is our event sponsor? None other than Seasonal Wreaths by Jamie. That's right, Seasonal Wreaths by Jamie is a long-standing Facebook page. I say long-standing, about 2-3 years old. But she's the crafty gal. You know what? You get on her page and you peruse her products of past and present and future, because she's always got something designed up, set up for later on. Plus, you can have special events, and she can decorate for those too. So, go under her page, Seasonal Wreaths by Jamie, because it's seasonal wreaths and more. Much, much more. Alright, here we go. Legends and Lanterns on Main Street. That'll be coming to a conclusion this weekend, I do believe. If this is the one. Is this the one? Yeah, 23 and 24. I think so. Yeah, October 24th is the final weekend, so it'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for Legends and Lanterns, and that'll be the end of it. So, don't forget to get down to Main Street here in St. Charles, Missouri to see all the ghouls and goblins and hear their ghost stories about the ghosts on Main Street. Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and from Sunday from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. So that's the Legends and Lanterns, spooks and spookiness. Get on down there, ride the hay wagon. It's a freebie for me. If you go in there and you tell them Shenandoah Briscoe sent you, they'll give you a free ride, guaranteed. Alright then. And then how about the pumpkin glow happening on the 22nd? There's something happening over at Lindenwood College too, but I couldn't exactly find out what it was. It's a trick-or-treat sort of thing. I'm not sure. It's a sort of thing over there at Lindenwood College. I think it said the 17th, but not the 17th, but the 23rd, maybe 23rd, 24th. So you might want to check that out, see what's going on over at Lindenwood College. That'll be something cool to do, cool to see, cool to be at. Anyway, the historical pumpkin glow in historic Main Street is October 22nd and October 23rd. They will make carved out pumpkins, and you can go down and visit those pumpkins on those 2 days from 5 to 9 p.m. for each day. Starts from 2300, the 230 block of South Main Street, all the way through regular Main Street, basically up to First Capitol. pretty much. Anyway, all the historic French area of Main Street. So come on out to the Pumpkin Glow in St. Charles. Sorry about these muscle spasms, folks. They're trying to beat me up or down. Alright, and then, let's see what else is going on. Well, the St. Charles Farmers Market, the last opportunity to go to that will be this weekend on the 23rd, Saturday. That's Saturday the 23rd, from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. at 500 North Riverside Drive. That means in the parking lot by the Foundry. Yeah, by the Foundry Arts Center. St. Charles Farmers Market is operated by the St. Charles Lions Club and offers produce, baked goods, jams, eggs, soaps, and much more. Come on out to the St. Charles Farmers Market and get your deals on all kinds of great produce. Probably will be some pumpkins out there. Pumpkins, man, I tell you. Alright, what else is next? I think that's about it. Dee-doo-dee-dum, bop, 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 dee-doo-dee-dum, boop, bop, bop, dee-doo-dee-dum. Oh yeah, the trick-or-treaters on Main, don't forget that. Trick-or-treat on Main Street, that will be on the 31st. From 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m., get your little ghouls and goblins down there on Main Street so that they can get themselves a treat. Main Street, a little treat. Uh-oh, ouch, my foot. My foot. I have lost my foot. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, had to back up a hair there, folks. I was in trouble for a moment. Had my toe getting squished. Alrighty then, that's trick-or-treats on me. That's pretty much it. It looks like story time for the kids. So hey kids, come on, let's crawl on up on the bed or the couch or wherever you get to watch the stories and read and listen to Grandpa read to you. We're going to do Sleeping Beauty tonight. It's a fairy tale. It is, really. And fairies have long tails, and this one is no exception. This is a fairy tale story of Sleeping Beauty. Long ago, in France, there lived a king and queen. More than anything, they longed for a child. At last, to their great happiness, the queen gave birth to a little girl. All the bells in the land were ringing with joy. The king and the queen invited all the fairies in the kingdom to the naming party for their baby. And what a party it was. Plates and silverware of pure gold were set with care before each guest, but one fairy, Maleficent, who had left 50 years before and had not been seen in all that time, showed up at the door. Quickly the king and queen found a place setting for the new guest, but alas, the plate and the silverware were not of pure gold. This made the old fairy very angry. Soon it was time for each fairy to give her blessing to the baby. When it came to Maleficent's turn, she stood up and pointed her finger at the sleeping baby and the sleeping baby girl in the cradle. I declare before you all, Manifest crawled out, that this child on her 16th birthday shall prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die. Dun dun dun. Well, with a whoosh of smoke, the evil fairy vanished. Everyone cried out with alarm, as you could imagine. But one fairy had not yet given her blessings, and the king and the queen asked this fairy, whose name was Merryweather, to reverse the curse. Merryweather shook her head sadly. That was not possible, but she could soften the curse. On her 16th birthday, she said, When the princess pricks her finger on the spinning wheel, instead of dying, she will fall asleep for 100 years. 100 years, said the queen. After our daughter turns 16, we will not know her anymore. Well, the king ordered every spinning wheel in the kingdom to be brought to the palace and burned. To be extra sure, the princess would not be allowed anywhere near a spinning wheel. He also ordered the fairy Merryweather, along with the two other fairies, Flora and Faluna, to take the baby far away, and the fairies would raise the child in a cottage deep in the woods. There they would keep her safe until her 16th birthday. After that day, it would be safe to bring her back, and the princess, who had been named Aurora, to the castle. Well, Aurora grew up knowing no others than the three fairies, whom she knew as her aunts. The animals of the forest were her friends. The birds and the deer and the chipmunks and the rabbits followed her around as she fed them treats and cooed to them. From the time she was a little, Aurora was told that she must stay inside the hills that surrounded them, and she did not mind in the least. The woods were wide and deep inside the hills, and there was plenty of room for her to play. One day Aurora came home to the cottage to find her three aunts preparing for a party. "What's going on?" she said. "Tonight we will celebrate your 16th birthday," said Flora. Is it?" said Aurora. "That means tomorrow I go back to the castle." "Yes," said Merryweather. "We have kept you safe from the spinning wheel for 16 years, so it will be time for you to take up your royal life as a princess. And the first thing for you will be to get married," and said Verona. "Married already?" said Aurora. "Do you know who I'm supposed to marry?" "Well, we do," said Verona, and with a wave of her hand. "But there's no need to worry about that, even if he's a bit strange. Some might say a bit horrid. You won't have to spend much time with him after all. And he does come from a fine family," Flora added, with a quick smile. "Wait a minute," said Aurora, pulling back. "Why do you say he's a bit horrid?" "It's best not to focus on such things, dear," said Merryweather. "Just do everything your husband tells you to do," said Flora, "and you will be fine." "This is not turning out like I thought," cried Aurora. "How long do I have to stay married?" "For the rest of your life, of course," said Fanuna. No, this is all wrong," cried Aurora. She turned away, then said in a firm voice, "I would rather prick my finger on a spinning wheel and fall asleep for 100 years than have to marry someone I do not want to marry. Maybe by the time I wake up, people won't have to get married if they don't want to." And she ran out the door. "Dear me," said Merryweather to the other two fairies, "I don't believe that went over quite so well." Aurora ran deep into the woods where her animal friends lived. A deer hopped in beside her, along with the rabbits and the chipmunks. "We have to get out of here," she said to all of them. Then, pointing to a mountain pass, she said, "We will go right through the hills." Soon Aurora came to a road, and in the distance was a carriage. and coming closer to her. As the rider approached, her animal friends scattered. "Hail," said the stranger. "I am afraid my carriage scared away your pets. May I give you a lift?" Aurora had never seen a man before, but couldn't think about that unless she could find a spinning wheel. The very next day, her aunts would take her back to the palace. Go to sleep. Aurora, actually, said Aurora to the stranger, there is something I need a great deal. What is that? Said the stranger, hopping out of the carriage. Very nicely dressed was he, and well-mannered too. A spinning wheel, said Aurora. A spinning wheel, said the stranger, but there are none left in the land. Everyone knows that. Well, you see, said Aurora, rubbing her hands together, I have this friend. She needs a spinning wheel in the worst way. Aurora looked directly at the stranger. It's a matter of life or death. Well, the stranger looked at Aurora's eyes. At last he said, I may know of one, he said, but this needs to stay between you and me. Well, the stranger stepped closer. Not far from here lives an old woman who spun yarn all her life, and when the order came to burning all the spinning wheels, she could not bear to let go of her beloved spinning wheel, and since it had been in her family for many years, she came to me, he said, and pointing down the road, as I am a prince from the next kingdom, she begged me to let her store it away safely. So I put it in the attic room of my castle tower. And when I stored it away in my castle tower, where no one could ever go until the 16 years has passed. She begged me to let her store it away safely, said the prince. Would you take me to your castle tower? Said Aurora. I shouldn't, said the prince. Then, after a moment, he said, but I will. And she stepped on to his carriage, and soon they were at the tower, and they both stepped out. The prince said, This is not for your friend, is it? Thank you for taking me here, said Aurora. I will always remember your kindness. Now, if you please, I must do what I must do. Well, Aurora turned and went up to the tower stairs, to the very last stair, and the door in front of her creaked open. Inside, all was dark and musty. She could barely take a step before all the spiderwebs, but she pushed them aside and stepped forward. Then, in the far corner, was the spinning wheel. From a small window, she could tell that the sun was already setting. I hope this works, she said, before it's too late. Well, Aurora held out her finger to the tip of the spindle, and she pricked her finger on the spindle. One tiny little drop of blood dripped from her fingers. At once, Aurora felt dizzy. She fell onto the old dusty velvet blanket that lay at the foot of blanket that laid on at the attic floor, and fell into a deep sleep. Moments later, all the thorns vanished. The thorns and vines had sprung up and wrapped around the castle so thickly that no human or beast could pass through. For 100 years, Aurora and the other and the others slept. After 100 years had passed away, Aurora blinked her eyes awake, and all of the others in the castle also awoke. Sorry, itchy tongue. Everyone started to do what they had done before, what they had been doing before they fell asleep 100 years ago. And the thorns and the vines around the castle vanished, and Aurora Aurora stepped down and the tower stairs to find the prince. Together they stepped into the prince's carriage down the road to the market square. They discovered a whole new world: bicycles and streetcars, cameras and street lights, such marvelous to behold. Perhaps best of all, they learned that in the strange new time it was quite all right for a young woman and man to get to know each other if that's what they wanted to do, and even perhaps to fall in love. As Aurora and the prince took each other's hands to explore this wonderful new world together, that is exactly what they wanted to do. The end. So there you have it. That was Sleeping Beauty. And that was our story time with Grandpa. So, hey, let me check the time. 24 minutes, 26 seconds. Okay, 26 minutes. All right, here you go, Craig. Oh, now we're going to do the Bible with Briscoe. No, we're going to do the daily bread portion of our program, which is going to be brought to you by the Bible with Briscoe 2021. The Bible with Briscoe 2021 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2021 is Isaiah 62 through 64 and 1 Timothy 1. So don't forget to tune into the Bible with Briscoe 2021 for your daily reading of the Bible. Okay, the Daily Bread portion of the program. Today's Daily Bread's devotion is studying the Scriptures. And we shall be reading today's Scripture and insight, John 5:39 through 47. You study the Scriptures diligently because you think that in them you have eternal life. These are the very Scriptures that testify about me. Yet you refuse to come to me to have life. I do not accept glory from human beings, but I know you, and I know that you do not have the love of God in your hearts. I have come in my Father's name, and you do not accept me. But if someone else comes in his own name, you will accept him. Now how can you believe, since you accept glory from one another, but do not seek the glory that comes from the only God? But do not think I will accuse you before the Father. Your accuser is Moses, on whom your hopes are set. Now if you believed Moses, you would believe me, for he wrote about me. But since you do not believe what he wrote, how are you going to believe what I say? And that was John 5:39 through 47, the words of Jesus. Alrighty, my friends. Hey, that looks like it. That's the end. That was the Daily Bread portion of the program, which was brought to you by the Bible with Briscoe 2021. A daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Don't forget to tune into the Bible with Briscoe 2021 for your daily reading of the Bible. Well, alrighty, my friends. Hey, that's it. That's the Shin Show in the nutshell. The Shin Show in the nutshell. That's right. And, hey, Greg, it's right at it. Time for you to get up and go on in and clock in. All right? Alrighty then. That's it. That's all. I got one song for you tonight, and that would be, well, goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. Ba-do, I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye. Alrighty, that's it. This has been Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shin Show, and as always, you know, God loves you, and so do I. So come back and see me tomorrow, because, well, hey, I'll be here, and I hope that you are too.